Hello lovely people, I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, The Creative Book Shack. It's Tuesday, it's Twinchy Day. Having only started doing Twinchies last week, I'm ridiculously excited for this week. So, I have all my stuff. I've pre-prepared some things. I have bases cut out of a Kleenex box. I have 4 sheets of coordinating, very thin paper. I have inked around the edges. I've got some stamped butterflies, which I've kiss cut. I've got some tiny bits of corrugated paper that are coffee dyed. I have washi tape. I also have glue. I have an ink pad. This is an espresso. Corner rounder. Bleed proof white stuff. Gold luster wax. A paintbrush. Tiny clips. So let's go. I saw this on Hither and Yon Studios the other day. Apparently, Hither and Yon Studios had seen it on Gail Agostinelli's channel ages ago, and it's been around apparently for years, and everybody knows about it apart from me. So I'm going to give it a go. I have piled these 2x2 squares of very thin scrapbook paper on top of each other. I am going to rip them, which is why I've put these little clips on the corners. I am going to rip them that way. I am going to rip them that way. Apparently, Gail calls this stack and whack. Right, now I have 4 corners, and I wish to stamp the edges. So I'm going to do this one. Of each of the papers, so there is no white. Don't like white. Like the grungy look. That's the first lot done. Just clip those together, and I'll put you on pause while I do the others. Okay, all of those edges have been inked. Now, what I want to do is rearrange the order of each of these. So, I'm going to put the first one behind there. On this one, I'm going to put the first 2 at the back. I'm just using the clips to keep them all together now. And at this one, I'm going to bring the front one, the back one, and bring it to the front. Okay, now I am going to piece all these pieces together, because according to theory, they ought to be roughly the same tears, and I am going to stick them on here. So, going to get my glue stick. New glue stick delivery yesterday. Always very excited about new glue sticks. I don't know why. Probably because I'm just very sad. I'm now going to take these off. This is going to go in that corner there. This top one should then fit just there. This one should fit just there. And this one should fit just there. They are mostly right. See, bit of glue seepage there, but mostly our patchwork Twinchy base has worked. Pausing you again while I do the rest of them. Okay, there we have our 4 Twinchies, and they mostly did fit, so that is good. I shall move some things out of the way. Now, I think I possibly... Do I want these corners rounded? What do you think? No, I'm going to leave them square. And I think what I'm going to do next is a bit of splattering. No, I won't. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to stick these little bits on apart from the butterflies. So what I want is a piece of this that is going to go almost, but not quite, to the middle seam. I'm going to do that in the same place on each of them. Almost, but not quite, to the middle seam. I am not gluing behind them because this washi tape is actually really quite sticky, but also things are going to be stuck over the top of them, so I don't think they're going to fall down. Right, that's the last one. Oh, that's a bit long. Let's just tear a bit off and make it shorter. Right, that's the washi tape. Then I'm going to take some wet glue and I am going to stick this down. I'm going to stick it over the washi tape, but just a bit above. And I'm going to do that on all 4. Liking the grunginess of this already. Over there. Over there. Oh, very not straight. And over there. Now I'm going to do the white splodges. I think I use this Bleed Proof White by Dale & Rowney. It dried up years ago, but all you need to do is give it a nice spritz. It just produces a really nice white. Problem is it's cracked now, and so all the water falls immediately down to the bottom. But I really like the white that I get from it, so I continue. To use it. Now, the water's gone down to the bottom, but I reckon I can probably... Can I? No, a bit more spritz in. Right. Splatter's done. Bear with while I dry it off. Those are all dried off, and while I was doing it, I decided I just wanted to spritz these little butterflies with a little bit of coffee, so we'll leave those there for the time being. what I want to do now is I want to put a bit of gold on, but I am so messy with this stuff. This is luster wax, and I get it everywhere. It goes all over my fingers. I want to put some around the edges of this, just so in the places where the papers didn't quite reach, it's covered up. Yeah, and I might just splodge a couple of lines down there. So let's just quickly do these. Let's get some more. I love the effect that this stuff has, but oh, that will need gluing down a bit. I do get it everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and it stays. It's because it's wax. It's a bit awkward to get off your fingers sometimes. That's upside down. We'll have a splodge of, maybe a bit more of a splodge of that down there. Let's do the splodge first. That'll do. Then we'll go around the edges. Oh, more glue needed. Okay. Last bit. Around the edges. Around the edges like that, and that didn't work. Bit there. Right, I need a tiny bit of glue there. I need a tiny bit of glue there. Okay, we are now ready for our focal point. Oh, wrong lid. Look at me, I'm trying to put this lid on this. What an idiot. What an idiot. I dragged my husband out this morning. We were going to go to this antiques day. So I dragged him out. We get there. Antiques Day's tomorrow. Uh-oh. We are now going to put our butterfly over the top here. The only reason I'm using wet glue on this is because the paper is so thin that I am in danger of ripping it when if I use a glue stick on it. So that's the only reason I am using wet glue. Obviously, I missed that bit. So let's put a tiny bit under there. Oh, I stuck to my finger. There we go. And then we'll have this one. On there. And we'll have this final one on there like that. Now, there are my 4 same but different Twinchies. Twinchy Tuesday is now run by Jen at Sassy Southern End Seagull, and I'm so glad she's taken it on because I've only just discovered these and I think they're brilliant fun to do. They're just nice and quick and simple. Now, last week, because I was getting very overexcited, I made myself a Twinchy book. That was my last week's Twinchies. I've decided I'm going to put these on olive coloured paper. I am just attaching these in here with a small bit of double-sided sticky tape. And that's because if I ever do want to remove them and use them for something else, I can without doing barely any damage at all. Certainly, if I pull them out, it might take a little bit off the back, but then I can reback them with something neutral to make them look tidy. So I thought this was probably the easiest ways to attach my Twinchies. Plus the fact, many moons ago I bought a job lot of double-sided sticky tape. I barely use it anymore and I need to get rid of it. I bought an entire carrier bag of it. Probably a mistake. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. You know how these things are. And I am completely addicted to bargains. Right. So I want to leave a space so I can put the date at the bottom. So I am going to put that there. I am going to put that there. I'm thinking butterflies and flowers at the moment because it's finally stopped raining here. It feels like it has been raining forever. But we're starting to have a couple of spring days. And when I dragged my poor husband out on the wrong day this morning, so many of the spring flowers have started to bloom, which is just lovely. And it really just cheers you up, I find, as I'm driving along. I am much more cheerful when there's blossom on the trees and things growing and flowers. So let's get my pen and write on here. It's Tuesday, isn't it? So we'll write on here March 3, 2026. And this is my Twinchy page for this week. Thank you for stopping by. Always lovely to see you. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.